So I get a lot of questions about stances in bow hunting. Now remember, this is not target archery, it's bow hunting. So we need to kind of put this in its proper place semantically when we talk about bow hunting shots. I can tell you most of my stock and spots or stock or still hunts have been from pretty obtuse positions. I'm kind of hunched down here like this, or I've taken a step and I have a shot, that kind of thing. That's what I call dynamic bow hunting shots. And if you followed me for any time at all, you know I'm a big fan of drilling for those specific things, right? Now the important part of that is that you're going to be in more open position or open stance, which is really where you've got more kind of a cross position this way than that nice sideways closed stance and everything's lined up this way, right? Now, a lot of people see me practicing. Well, you shoot both. I do. I want to be able to adapt, and that's really the key to it, is adaptation. Now, the problem with the more open stance this way here is that while it's great for a bow hunting type of situation, perhaps still hunting or spot and stalking, where you have that moment in time, that shot exposure is very fast, you need to get that bow up and take that shot. You need to remember that it can cause your draw length to shorten a little bit. This is why structure is still very, very important, right? So you've got to practice how you hunt. Now, a lot of people say they shoot how they hunt, but in reality, they shoot positionally, but not structurally. Now, positionally could be position, angle, distance, so you're sitting, standing, kneeling. Those are the three basics. Of course, you can expand on those. You can shoot off your chest, backwards. You can do a handstand if you're so inclined. My point is that we go back to that adaptation part of this plan. It's more important that you try to intercede to find kind of a common space for both, right? If you find that common space for both, you're going to be able to adapt to make that shot. How do we do that? Really simple structurally. When I practice for those open shots where I have much more open position here, it's much more alive, where all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, that animal's there, shot exposure is going to be very quick, and I've got a clear line of sight. I feel really good about the shot. When I train for this, I will actually come up the full draw, hit my anchor point, and really expand and let down. And this is where the letdown drill comes into everything you do. I'm a huge fan of doing this. And a lot of people that come to me to mentor them to shoot instinctive will tell you that I will force them to do the letdown drill a lot. Now, there's two reasons why I insert that into the training. One, it's for that structure check, right? We talked about structure and position, right? If you check yourself with that letdown drill, you're going to give yourself that moment in time to pause, feel everything feels right, and let down, then come back up and make that shot, right? The other thing is that it's hyper realistic for bow hunting situations. How many times, if you've hunted for any amount of time at all, and you're standing there, and the deer comes out, or the animal comes out, and you're like, nope, no, no, oh, and then you have to shoot, right? This gets you into a really good frame of mind for not just sort of ripping back the string and plucking, right? So there's some really good structural positional secrets in there. Number one, hitting your same draw length every time. Super critical, super important. You can have a buddy check you on this when you're open position to make sure you've got that nice expansion. You're coming to full draw. Elbows parallel here to this structure. Rear sight, foresight, point and shoot method. That's what I teach, right? It's a point and shoot method, right? Where I'm pointing and I'm looking, that's where that arrow's going to go. But it takes training and drilling and practice. Insert the letdown drill into these and you'll get off on a much better foot for dynamic bow hunting shot presentations, ensuring you hit your draw length. Like I said, you can mark on that arrow where your full draw length is, so that when you come back to full draw, if your buddy's with you, you can take a check and pause in that letdown drill you're doing with whatever drilling you're doing, whether it's position, angle, distance, or one arrow at a time, or it doesn't matter what drill you're doing, even the closed eye drills, all these different drills. You have your buddy off to the side in a safe position, ensuring you come to full draw and you're hitting in that same place where you've marked off that full draw on that arrow. It's a great way to check. Now, I've said it before, your arrow's your best coach, right? The arrow's your best coach. How it flies, how it hits the target, all these things. It can tell you a lot about what you're doing, right? Stay with me for more great tips on the Ethical Predator Pro Tips. Cheers.